The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Caught right side, it's Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
Jackson on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hall. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd down, Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Second and goal from the 1. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Now a first down throw. Luck. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Back to throw. Love. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. C.J. Mosley able to get in and bury him well behind the line for a loss of 17. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. From the gun, here's Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Clay, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Luck. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone!
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Von Miller in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Ready. Okay, 53. Yeah, easy. Done. Color. Tempo. 11.
On 1st down, Luck finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
On 1st down, it's Lott. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Right.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Luck opting not to run a play. He's going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Travis Benjamin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills draw a bit closer. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Whitney Merciless coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
4 down, 4 down. Check, check. Detroit! Detroit! 53 at the light. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Here's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12. Tempo, tempo, tempo. Gun, gun, gun.
After the interception, it's Luck. Eluding the pressure right. And some room to work. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first.
Tempo, tempo, tempo. Gun, gun, gun. 11Z. Be right.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
11Z. Middle, middle, middle. Go ahead.
A shotgun snap for Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Jackson on 2nd down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Whitney Merciless in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bills have recovered.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Luck. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Now Luck on third and goal. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's fourth and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. Always got some breathing room. So that one will be accepted. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, here's Jackson. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Returning, it's Benjamin. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Luck on first down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Luck. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
12.
Luck now to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Luck. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Throwing again is Luck. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Zach Brown in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Lucky 56. Gun.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Detroit! Gun!
From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Jackson looking to throw on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. Gun.
Now it's Jackson. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Tight end right. Hey, all right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
Jackson now. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now a play fake here on first down. Now a hit and Locke lost the football. It's out. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Love. Flush to his right. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, here's Love. Trying to lay one up deep. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Detroit! Detroit!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Gun! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
On 2nd down, Jackson. Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun.
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And they'll run it here. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer out him again.
Second and goal from the 1.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Over.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at
This
56.
Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is third and goal. Alex Jackson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on fourth and goal.
This is where you're probably weighing the score and the clock. Third quarter, so maybe it's a little early to start worrying about how much time is left in the game. But if you kick the field goal, you make it a 2-score game. A tough balance and a tough decision for any coach to make.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on fourth and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker now for the extra point. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Flex round.
Sanders to throw again. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Sanders now on third down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be fourth down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one. Here in this third quarter. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for the Ravens. 47 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Jackson certainly giving the Ravens a spark in his rookie year. He's got him on the move with a first down.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Hot!
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Play action. Now Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
To throw is Sanders on 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Here's Sanders. Going to throw again. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the 2nd half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Now Sanders to throw on 3rd down. Going deep for Benjamin. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
To throw on second down. Jackson staying on his feet. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Over!
Now Jackson operating from the gun. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 49 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 25-yard line.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
To throw is Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Jackson to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker now to add the point after. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Now Jones. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. The Bills on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Come on, let's go. What?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.